Hello and welcome to ET Garage. Today we're going to get the Corvette on the dyno. Okay, for anyone that's new to the channel or hasn't been following, this is my 90 Corvette and I'm up to 247,000 miles on it now. But anyway, I'm going to go over the history of it right now, but basically around 189,000 miles, I pulled the motor. I built a 383 and I put about 54,000 miles on that, and noticed it was getting down on power. So end of last year I stuck it on the dyno. I will leave a playlist or a link to a playlist and that video up here somewhere, and at the end of the video. And anyway, pulled that motor, took it apart, found the problems with it. They had some broken rings and the heads needed to be reworked. And anyway, now the 383 is a 385 because I went from 30,000s over to 40. And I'm still not real happy with this motor. This has got to be the loosest motor I ever built. The machinist went way too, when he honed the cylinders, he went way too big on the bore for these pistons. These are hypertectic pistons, and I'm not happy about that. I also had problems getting the rings to seat in. They seem to be seated in now. They seem to be doing real good as far as that. Other than that, I'm still not going to be happy with the performance of this motor, but I'm going to get it on the dyno anyway and see where it's at and see what I can do to improve it. I should probably go up a size in injectors. I should go to probably up to, these are 24-pound ones. Those were more than enough on a 383, but I did open up the ports just a little bit more, and I did notice it seems a little stronger up top, and it seems a little less down low. So I don't know why that is, because everything is exactly the same heads, same cam, same pistons, to just slightly bigger, and everything else is pretty much the same. But anyway, we're gonna get the PA dyno and get this thing on a dyno this morning, and hopefully it doesn't blow up. Like I said, this is the loosest motors I ever built, and mechanically it's just noisy as hell. The higher you rivet though, the better it sounds, so I ain't worried about it blowing up, hopefully. So like I said, let's get the PA dyno. That's where I'm taking this. Okay, here we are at PA dyno, and Shane, the dyno operator, he's getting my car set up on the dyno, and hopefully here in a few minutes we'll get some pulls. Okay, here we go. We're going to do our first run. This might just be a test run. You won't know until he does it. You hear that noise in the background, that's the compressor. Hopefully it won't blow up or anything. Okay, let's see if that was better. So what do you think?
Not bad. Let's see what it made last time you were here. Yeah, picked up.
Yeah, quite a bit.
A lot.
So right now we're at 279 and max torque 364. When I was here last time with the broken 383, it was 214 and 294 torque. So gained quite a bit. Yeah, that's. I actually think this motor should put about three. I was thinking the 330 at the crank.
Okay.
So
yeah, I mean that's pretty close.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that's pretty good.
We'll get 2 more pulls done here and see if we can get a little more out of it.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Second pull. This time we remembered to hook up the AFR so I can get an AFR reading. Well, when he first smashes into it, a lot of black smoke coming out, so assuming it's running a little rich on power enrichment is rich, but we'll find out here shortly anyway. Okay, 281 max power at 4.69, 4,690 RPM, 270 torque, 3,830 RPM. Slightly less, but it's still pretty consistent. What do you think? Think if I leaned it out, I'd get to 300?
Oh yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, I'd be real happy with that.
I mean, right here is probably a little bit of reversion because we're sniffing it. You know, we don't have the wideband hooked up, but yeah. Up here on top, you're way rich up top. Yeah. So I mean, it looks like it gets. It's right there is where it's supposed to be, all the way across. Yeah. So, and that's actually where your peak horsepower and torque is. Okay. Right there. So.
Yeah, I'll have to take a little cooling off up top. Maybe I'll schedule a dyno tuning with you. I'll do the tuning and you run the dyno. Okay. Because I don't know if you know OBD1 or not. Probably not. I have all the software for that. So,
oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's no problem.
And we'll do it that way. And maybe one day I'll come back. And we'll do a dyno tuning section with them. But I'm real happy with these numbers right now, and the engine didn't blow up. That's the most important thing. So hold on, and I'll get back to you here shortly. All right, he's going inside to print out my dyno sheet, and he's emailing it to me. And once he gets that done, we'll get this off the dyno. And next time you see me here in a few seconds, I'll be at home and I'll go over the results with you. Okay, it is the next day, and I'm back here at the house, of course, and I'm going to go on the computer and discuss these dyno graphs, the difference between the broken 383 and the refreshed 385 or 6.3 liter, whatever you want to call it. But I don't know if that's really a fair comparison, but it does demonstrate, you know, power loss with the broken piston rings and worn set of heads. So from that way, it's a good comparison because pretty much everything's the same other than the bore. And like I said, I did open up the Porsche just a little bit, not much, but let's go on the computer and I'll discuss all this. Okay, here we are. We're looking at the dyno chart from the broken 383, and you can see it made a maximum of 217 horsepower at 3,880 RPM, and max torque was 299.87 at 3,700 RPM. We'll compare that to the new, the refreshed motor, which is right here. Bring that up a little. And here it made a maximum of 281.98 horsepower. We can just round that out to 282 if it makes you happy. At much higher RPM, 4,690 RPM, and max torque was 370 at 3,830 RPM. Now, if you look back earlier in the video, I was discussing how I think I mentioned that, you know, it was running real rich, which it is up top, but here it's actually lean, where it makes max torque, and that is where I need to enrich in it. And even though I'm running rich up top, I'm running lean here, and this is why I'm going to have to change the fuel injectors. I will go over that in a future video. And to make it short, if you don't want to wait for that video, basically I am maxed out on my fueling tables right here. So this I can fix just by going in the tune and removing fueling up top, so that's not a problem. Here, I can't add any more fuel without going bigger injectors, but I'll go in more detail in a future video. I'm pretty sure I can get this to 300 horsepower out the rear wheels once I get my fueling straightened out. And maybe a few other things, but I'm going to end the video here. Like I said, I'll go into I'll make another video, and I'll probably do it on via the recording PC screen, and go into details, try and explain. If you don't understand it, I'll explain why I need to go bigger injectors even though I'm running rich up top. Now for you who are saying, you know, this is people, when they see these days, when they see dyno runs, they want to see like 1,000 horsepower and stuff like that. This is a mild 383 or 385, and this is pretty much what I expected for it. You know, it's got a mild cam in it. It's actually, if you're not familiar with the specs, the cam is like 480 lift, 219 duration or something like that. Let me see if I can find the cam card. Oh yeah, here we go. 210 duration intake, 220 exhaust, yeah, and 480 lift. Give you an idea, it's a small cam, and I do have full roller rockers. I'm just running 1.5, and if you wonder why I didn't run 1.6 for more lift, it's a tune port, and it's more about bottom and mid-range than top end, and the cam manufacturer also says to use 1.5. So, it's got the stock heads, like I was saying, that I poured it, and stainless steel valves, and the appropriate springs to go with that cam. And the bottom end is a Eagle rotating assembly, the Eagle rods and high protected pistons with their 12cc dish pistons, which actually comes out with the valve reliefs, comes out to 14, even though they list them as 12, they're actually 14. They're 40 over on this refresh, and of course 375-inch stroke, and it's externally balanced. It's a cast crank, the Eagle forged rods, and that's basically it. Your basic, you know, 383, 385 small block Chevy with a tune for it. Now, of course, it would make a lot more power if I put a different intake on it, but I'm not going to do that. I stick with the tune board. It just works well for me, so that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to end the video here instead of rattling on. Next video, I'll go over details why I need those bigger injectors, and everybody have a great day, and God bless.